Hello beer tubers and welcome to yet another on the road video today at Indslev Bryggeri / Ugly Duck. And I'm here with the brewer, Torben, or his brewmaster.
Brewmaster actually.
Yeah. So not the brewmaster.
We're pretty lucky here at Indslev. We have two brewmasters. So
yes.
luxury.
Yeah. So here today, guys, checking out Indslev Bryggeri because I've never been here myself, and it's, as you probably saw in some of the footage around here, it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. But you guys have been brewing today, so what have you guys been brewing?
Today I've been brewing Golden Eye, like a Belgian style golden ale, almost like a Belgian blonde, around 5.9%. But with a Belgian yeast, but the twist is it's pretty intensely late hopped with the Simcoe.
Yeah,
so a dry and refreshing hoppy Belgian ale.
That you released under the Ugly Duck brand, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So
we basically brew like 50% Indslev, the wheat beers, and 50% of the wheat beers.
So why don't you tell us a little bit? Well, you had the two brands. So Indslev is focused on wheat beers, right?
It is.
What about Ugly Duck then?
It's basically everything else. Well, I won't say that we will never brew a wheat beer under the Ugly Duck brand, because that's just everything. But it's the concept with the Indslev beers are they are at least 50% wheat malts, usually brewed with a wheat yeast strain. But Ugly Duck can be anything, and we've mainly been focusing on American style craft beers, a lot of pale ales, IPAs, and porters and stouts, Belgian ales, and now we begin to dig into more widely fermented beers also. We released a farmhouse ale that's been sitting in big oak footers with Brettanomyces, and we actually before that also released a beer called Funky, which was primary fermented with
I remember that one.
Yeah. So it's basically everything, and very focused on hops. So if it's a stout, if it's a Keller beer, it will be more hop
than the average Keller beer, for example. Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah.
So with the Ugly Duck brand, as you also kind of mentioned there, you're going into sour beer now. That's quite new for you guys.
Really new. I was very lucky and had a chance to go to California for 2.5 months this spring to get inspired and basically to learn a lot about producing sour beer and maturing beer in oak. I went to Firestone Walker's sour beer unit in Buellton, California, called Barrel Works, and learned a lot from their master blender. I can't remember his title. They have funny titles, these sour beer producers. Barrel Meister. No, that's another guy. But he's they're only producing sour beer, and I learned a lot. And now we want to be serious about it as well, not just stuff away at one barrel in the corner and see if it goes or not. No, we want to do it like serious and do our best to make good, complex sour beers.
Nice.
So
what is some of the stuff you have in works? Because we looked at some barrels in there and whatnot.
Yeah, also here behind us.
Oh it's also sour beer.
It's well, the first I did was to do I want to basically do like, well, now my plan is to do two styles, like a golden sour and like a more reddish Flanders style red sour that I primary ferment in steel with mixed cultures and bring the pH down, and then move them into to use barrels and inoculate with a lot of bread to Brettanomyces, to give some complexity, and just let it sit and wait. And hopefully in a year we'll be able to taste some of it, and maybe it will already be ready. And but we will definitely let some of it rest for a lot longer, and I'll brew some new beer, and we will be able to have several vintages that we can blend from. Yeah,
so a lot of blending with these new sours.
Yeah, definitely. I'm inoculating some of this base golden sour with other kinds of bacteria and Brettanomyces, so I will get hopefully a lot of different sour stuff to blend from. Some that is very acidic and some that is not acidic, some that has oak character, some that has more bread complexity. So
like more funk.
More funk, yeah. I'm looking forward to how it's developing, because I can only do my best to make sure the cultures are working, that the wort is able to do a complex beer, and that the wood is treated well, and then it's up to the bucks to
do the rest.
Yeah. I can make sure the climate around the barrels is as good as possible for producing complex beers, but other than that, well, then it's up to me when it's blending time.
Yeah.
And of course, we'll also experiment with fruit. When we have a nice sour beer and we have some nice fruit, we'll be releasing some fruited sours.
We saw one of the barrels in there was was it plums, and there was another berry.
Yeah, the golden sour base, I had some left when I filled all the barrels, and we are actually drinking it like a Berliner Weiss right now. But some of it we took and blended put in a steel tank with gooseberries actually.
Nice.
Yeah, we wrote on our Facebook page that people could bring in their privately harvested gooseberries and exchange them for beer.
Nice.
So we got like 70 kilos of it.
I bet a lot of people would come for that.
Yeah. It's a lot of work picking fruit.
True, it is.
So it's kind of a nice gimmick that people from the local area bring, because you can order like frozen fruit from all around the world, and well, I will not rule out that I will do that at some point, but it's also cool to be able to use local.
Yes, I was just about to say. It's really cool when you can use local, like you told me with what you use the leftover, the mash for like the spent grain for local farmers and whatnot, and keeping it local. So really cool that you can get berries from locals also for this new project.
When you get freshly harvested fruit, there's live stuff on them. There's a
material
on the fruit,
that's right.
And if you add them to your beer, it will contribute to your overall culture, and you will kind of get your own house sour mix culture. So that kind of want to put your own thing.
Yeah, your own.
Not do what all the other guys are doing, but I moved in 3,000 liters into barrels now, and hopefully I'm doing a Flanders red in the next couple of weeks that will also be of the same size. So my strategy is to get new barrels here, freshly emptied wine barrels mostly, but also some spirit barrels and some sherry barrels, and age clean beers on them first, like barley wines, red ales, stouts, and whatever, to strip them of the barrel of the spirit character, and to get some of the oakness out of them, and then after that use the barrels for sour beer production. And you can use barrels forever in the sour beer production, because you don't want that much of the oak character to shine through. I don't, at least, and it's just like it's transformed into a fermenter, not giving oakiness, but acting to help your bacteria and your bread to live and grow and ferment. Yeah.
That is cool. That is cool and very new stuff too to be working with, I guess.
To me it's very new and exciting, because now I've been brewing for many years, and it's always nice to brew a nice hobby ale, but it's also cool to dig into new stuff and new stuff. And it's new to me to find out about wood and discover how to take care of wood and make sure that oxygen isn't producing too much acetic acid, and kind of balancing the flavors as much as I can without mingling too much with the product when it's resting in the barrels. But it's new science.
Yeah, well, it's nice. It's always nice to learn new things, especially with beer as well.
Sure, I'm looking very forward to it, and hoping that we can expand and get a proper barrel room and get some better equipment, because right now I'm just putting stuff together and from what we have at the brewery, and try to make that work. But
so when can people look forward to maybe some of these releases? I know this is probably, they're going to see this video after the Copenhagen Beer and Whiskey Festival, but you talked about, you brought a Berliner Weisse for that.
Oh yeah, we bring the base sour that has only been steel fermented. We call it like it is a Berliner Weisse, because it's a wheat-based wort, and it's mixed fermented with bread and bacteria. So it is basically a straight-up Berliner Weisse that's just been. It hasn't touched oak, so we just, on paper it's called golden sour, because that's what's coming out of these barrels, hopefully in a year's time. But that's kind of the base beer we just brought for fun.
So if you're there, or were there, I hope you guys got to try it. Recommend in hindsight that you should try it, because it's going to be this weekend, but I don't think this video will be posted until after. But hope you guys got to try it. But when can people recommend or expect to see the sours next year?
The oak barrel stuff, hopefully in a year from now. I hope that some of them have matured to a point where I think they will be ready for serving. Maybe I will taste the can improve even more, but I think these are quite nice, and we want to bring something to the market. And but I will definitely try to release some next year, and then brew new stuff and keep some in barrels to get them even more mature. And so I'll have several, like I said earlier, several vintages to pull from. So
sour beer, that's really cool. So is this something that's going to be exclusive for Denmark, or will you see it in other places in Europe, like maybe Scandinavia?
I think it depends on how the sour beer market will develop in Denmark, because right now I think it's still very niche. And
it is.
And if we bring like 10 or 20 hectoliters to the market, I think we'll have to export beer to places with more sour beer aficionados. So, but hopefully it will improve the market in Denmark.
And hopefully more people will open their eyes to sour beer in Denmark as well.
It will be quite a steep learning curve. We have to, like the hobby beers, but this is even more challenging. We'll have to educate our customers, and beer can be so much else, and what to use it for, and how to taste it, and like you always say to people that are used to only drinking normal industrial lager beers, that this may not be your average long beer, but you can use it as for for food, and you can use it as an aperitif. You can use it as many things.
So well, thanks a lot for showing me around today and talking to me about.
Thanks for listening.
No problem. And learning about your new projects here at Indslev / Duck. So you guys stay tuned in the future. If you haven't heard of Indslev or Ugly Duck Brewing, definitely check them out. They're located in Indslev or Nørreby.
We call it Indslev. It's actually an even smaller town, just.
Oh, okay. But check them out if you're ever in the area nearby, or not. If you see them locally, please feel free to check out their bottles of beer, and stay tuned for the new souring project. So thanks again, and
thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And see you guys in another On the Road video.